Throughout my years, I have studied many different spiritual texts, and I noticed that I never found anything stating that a woman is not allowed to sleep or love another woman. However, it's quite different for men, and it's not for the reason that you may think. Hey, yo, peace, peace, this your man, El Judge, man. Coming right back at you, some of that real talk real fast, man. Yeah, man, let's get into this here, man. I've studied all kind of different spiritual texts, and it said absolutely nothing about women sleeping with one another. However, it did say that a woman is not allowed to bathe with one another, and that's just for spiritual uh, decency. You know what I'm saying, and sanitational, and being sanitary. Because throughout the course of your day or week or whatever, you may have gone through all kind of different stresses. And when you take a bath, you're breathing that stress off of you. And if someone is in the tub with you, they're going to receive that stress and whatever toxins that are coming out of you. So it only mentions that women are not allowed to bathe with one another, but it never said anything about women loving one another. And speaking of women loving each other, like I said in the video before, I said that this used to be a planet in which women used to rule, and women, it was just a planet of women. And when two women would come together, you know what I'm saying, and they would love each other mentally, physically, and spiritually, it would create something, it would bring about, it would trigger something inside of them, or if not both of them, and then a child would be originally born. This is the original meaning of love child, meaning that two beings, two female beings, originally came together. They loved one each other mentally, physically, and spiritually, and they brought forth life. Yes, that's what a love child was. It had absolutely nothing to do with a man and a woman producing a child, not originally. When we talk about love child nowadays, we're talking about a man and a woman planning to create a child. But back then it was something different. Now, like I said, it's nothing speaking about women sleeping with one another, but it's something speaking about men. It says that men are not allowed to enter another man. And it has absolutely nothing to do with spiritual morality. So you can tell your preacher to go kiss his own butt. You know what I'm saying? Run him off because he doesn't know what he's talking about. What that has to do with is respect and keeping the temple clean. The temple. When a person, and really it's not about the man sleeping with another man, because it says that a man is not allowed to enter another man, and it's not really about the man sleeping with a man. It's really about sodomy and decency and keeping things clean, because the stresses that people, the foods that people eat, when it turns into waste, it becomes toxic, and sometimes there's parasites in that. And when a person has uh, sex from the rear end, they're exposing themselves to them toxins. So if you are of the nature, or if you have a double nature, and you do sleep with other men, and you do, and even the people who have sex with other women, and you may do it that way, just protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing morally stating against it, but if you're going to do it, just protect yourself. Try to keep your temple clean as possible. Try not to accept other people's waste into your existence, into your physical existence. But when a woman, when people do that and they expose themselves to other people's waste, it affects them mentally, physically, and spiritually. So that's all what it really is about. And then not only that, um, if people have a situation where they can't eat physically and they can't take food intravenously through their veins, or nutrients through their veins, they have a process of which they can take it in through the rear end, and they can feed that person nutrients to keep that person alive, because it gets into the bloodstream a lot faster. This is why you see people taking wine, taking beer. They do wine, beer, and alcohol enemas, because it gets into their bloodstream a lot faster. And sometimes they put drugs back there too, because it gets into the bloodstream a lot faster. But here's the thing about when a man is doing that to another person. When the man ejaculates inside of someone, his spirit is going into that person, and it's going and it's entering that person's bloodstream, and it affects them mentally, physically, and spiritually. Now, this is a game because, man, I grew up hanging out around pimps and prostitutes and pimps, you know what I'm saying? And this is a game that pimps used to do. They would hit a woman from behind, and the time when because he would do is he would be priming himself. So he's hitting the woman from behind, and while he's hitting her, he's telling her, "You ain't nothing. Don't nobody want you. I'm the only one that wants you. You belong to me. You do what I say. That's why you ain't this and you ain't that." He's priming himself. He's priming his spirit so that when he releases that into her, it programs her mind or his mind to be the way that he wants that person to be. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? This is your man, L. Judge, man. You know what's going on 6 minutes, man. I hope you got something from this here, man. And you know how I feel, brothers and sisters. Do as I will. Just protect yourself. Peace and blessings. I'm out.